Good morning, welcome back to Our Wyoming Life. My name is Mike and this is the 30 and 30 videos in 30 days as we cruise through the month of April. Our blizzard, we're still underneath a blizzard watch until 6 p.m. tonight. I'm gonna get inside. I'll finish telling you what's going on. While we're still under a blizzard watch, or warning, or whatever it is at this point, things are dying down just a little bit. Wind's still blowing about 45 miles an hour, but it's much better than 70 miles an hour, which it has been. The snow seems like it's stopped falling. Now we're just dealing with a lot more blowing snow and even more drifting, which kind of makes things a little difficult for today because we still have to check the cows. We still have to check all the animals, make sure everybody's okay. But it's not quite time to start digging out. As long as we can get to things, I think we're safe. If we do start digging out, I think we're kind of wasting fuel at this point just because it's going to try drifting back in. So here on our first check of this morning, what I wanted to do was kind of give you guys a look around to see what the storm did to the area, how it changed the landscape over the last day or so. We are going to go out and check animals, make sure that they're okay, and we're going to check pretty much all the animals. We're going to check the steers, the pigs, goats, all that kind of stuff. But we're going to start out over here in the barn with Marty, our bottle calf, and Ethel, the pregnant donkey. Oh, and the peacock, who's over here waiting for us. Hey, kiddo. How are you? You want to go down in the barn, don't you? And we've got the door closed. Let him go down there. Come on, bud. So while the storm obviously left us with a bunch of snow, and we don't even know how much yet, the temperatures aren't bad. It's about 30 degrees this morning. Keeping all that snow nice and melty. Ethel's a little cranky because she's been cooped up in the barn for 2 days. Marty, hey kiddo, how are you this morning? How are you? You okay? Hi. Good morning. Obviously, we got to make sure all the animals have food and water, which they do, and that is good. Back behind the barn here, I would normally go out this way, but I think it's snowed in. We're gonna try to circle around. I don't know if how we're gonna get over there. We might end up taking a tractor, but I want to check on the pigs and our A-team steers that are rooming together right now. Okay, well, might have to come up with a different plan here. There's a fuel tank over there, a couple of them buried in the snow. The Arrow Quip filled with snow completely. There's a little bit of everything everywhere. So I guess our best option is to jump in a tractor and go out and take a look around. While we're out, we'll check the cows. So I'm really not afraid to say that the last couple days, preparing for the storm, of course dealing with the storm, night checks, everything else that's been going on, has left us all here on the ranch pretty well exhausted. Of course, though, it doesn't end. And really, there is no end in sight until the snow melts. We can get the cows back out on pasture, and we make sure that everybody's safe, any calves that are born, that kind of thing. We do have calves still on the way. I think right around 20. I don't have the sheet with me. Right around 20 cows still expected to calve over the next month or so. Of course, weather will continue to get nicer. We do have some rain in the forecast next week. This should be the end of the snow. And this April snowstorm, late April snowstorm, is actually not unexpected. We usually get something like this every single year. The last big one that we had was in 2003, was an April snowstorm that was pretty good sized. I think that one laid down about a foot of snow. We've had going back all the way to like 1870 or something like that was the first recorded really big, heavy April snow. So this is not unexpected, and it's good. It's good for the grass. It's good for the reservoirs. Of course, we're going to see a lot of runoff as this stuff starts to melt over the next few days, and we'll keep an eye on the reservoirs and see how they fill up. What gets into the ground, well, that's yet to be seen, but it will help the ground moisture. And then along with some rain next week, up to about a half an inch of rain, I think we're expected to get, if that stays in the forecast. Should be good, should help us out, at least with the pastures. I'm not sure what's going to happen with hay yet. That's a little bit too far off to predict, but hopefully we'll know something within a few weeks about our hay crop as well. So heading down here to the cows. They're still locked in the lot. They can't get out. There's no cows down doing anything. Visibility's back up, so that's nice. We can see something now. Let me get this gate open and we'll go in and we'll check cows. We're going to go ahead and jump out here and take a walk through the barn just to see if there's any new calves in there and see how their food is doing. Now, we gave them 2 extra bales last night, yesterday evening. I don't even remember what time that was. Looks like there's still most of 1 in there, so they're still doing good for food. Hey guys. Excuse me. Pardon me. Excuse me, coming through, taking a look around. Our girl Bambi over here, still worried about her getting going on something. Looks like they finally depleted their water. We're gonna have to fill that back up. Bambi, is that Bambi? No, that's not Bambi. Where is Bambi? I don't know where she's at. That's not Bambi. All right, taking a look around here. I don't see any new calves as of yet. It's a little wet in here, but not horrible. It'll really be nice to get these guys out of here. Most of the calves up here hanging out towards the front, it looks like, and they're staying on the hay that we put in here that got smushed into the ground. Our heifer's still in here as well. Everybody's getting along and cohabitating, which is good. I didn't see Bambi though. Bambi, where are you? Oh, there she is. Bambi, you had us worried. How you feeling? You have a baby yet? Huh? Over in this corral, our B team steers along with Doof Vader hanging out. Hey kiddo. They've got plenty of food and water, and of course Bambi over here hanging out with them. Come on, come back to the barn. She's over here stealing food is what she's doing. A little bit of their bale is squeaking out underneath the fence. So, hey Bria. Nice to see everybody kind of getting out and moving just a little bit. Depending on where you're at, the wind isn't horrible. Our calf area here still filled with snow. That's due to the way that the snow was blowing around the building, filled that right up. Might have to redesign that for next year. Put it somewhere else in the building. Cows look good. Pretty happy with that. We're gonna have to get over and fill up their water here before too long. But the cows will eat snow if they do get thirsty. It's a lot more work for them than just drinking water. But they will do it. These cows, by the way, we'll keep them locked up here in the lot for at least another day or so. We'll just kind of keep an eye on the weather, see what's happening, see how things are melting, see how muddy it is. But I do want to get them out of here. It would be nice for them and for us. Won't be too much longer here, and we're actually going to be on foot. Actually, this might be about where we're going to be on foot. Over here, this is the aero quip. You can see the front half of the aero quip here collapsed. That's not a big deal. We can set the panels back up, but we had the panels separated when we were doing our concrete, which is right back there, completely buried by the snow drift. So we're not going to be able to get to that for a little while. This over here, this is where I got stuck yesterday. That's my mother-in-law's screen door off her sliding door. Apparently came right off. We're heading over here to the pigs where we can take a look and see how they're doing along with the A-team stuck back here in this corral. Hey guys, how is everybody? Do you like being pigs? I don't know if they're down with that. So I don't know if you remember, but yesterday I was talking about trying to find somewhere where I could measure the snow. Normally back here is where I would do it, usually on these steps. Seems like we don't get as much drifting back here, and I can get an accurate measurement of snowfall. Fortunately, this storm didn't work that way. The wind really decided to come through here, push a lot of snow around. I've never seen the corrals filled up like this. The Arrow Quip completely filled with snow, totally unusable. Snow over the panels. 6-7 feet of a snowdrift in here that's going to take a long time to melt. So we need to get over to the chicken house, check on the goats and the chickens, make sure they've got water. Unfortunately, I can't get a tractor back there right now. And like I said, there's no real point in plowing out because it's going to drift back in. So I don't want to waste the fuel plowing all this out, so we're just going to hoof it. One of the most impressive things is you can have 4 feet of snow in one area, completely bare in another. And that's thanks to the wind. I don't think the goats are going to go out again today, but they'll be happy to see us anyway. Hey kids, good morning. How is everybody? I know, it's sucky. Cold and icky. Yeah, not fun at all. You guys still got plenty of water there, I see. You got some hay over there in your hay bag. Just hang out and be cool. All right. Everything looks good in the chicken house. As long as we're over here, we might as well grab eggs and get them over to the house. About 5 dozen eggs there. We'll get these back to the house and get them washed. Ready to go in the farm store. Ah! Watch for falling icicles. Looks like everybody's going to stay in today, except for us. We'll be out checking animals throughout the day. But because we have everybody pretty much centralized and put together, we're pretty lucky. It makes the job a lot easier. So before I head in and get these eggs inside, I got one more thing I want to show you this morning. Pretty much every road, I think every road in the area is currently closed. Highways, interstates, all completely shut down, including our highway that runs by the ranch here. And I'm going to show you why here in just a second. this is Highway 50, a major highway that runs through the area, but probably really low on the priority list. There's no mines out here, no coal mines anyway. There's methane, there's oil, that kind of stuff out here that's kind of got a bit of a priority to it. But I can tell you what, there's other highways in the area that need to get open. The interstate, Highway 59 is a big one because of coal mines. This one's going to be way down on the list. The drifting that's happening here across the highway, of course, is caused by wind, and we're quite a few miles outside of town. There's a lot more of this probably as you get closer to town. Snowplows are going to start there, they're going to work their way out. I would be surprised if the highway's open by Monday or Tuesday. It's funny, even though a highway's closed, there's obviously 20-foot drifts going across the highway. I still look both ways. I don't want to get hit. This one's even bigger. The presentation really has some work cut out for it. You know, if the wind wasn't blowing 40 miles an hour, I'd probably go sledding. Be a good day for that. Well, that was fun. Now we can say that we played in the highway. Every time Erin tells me to go play in the highway, I can say, I already did today. So, there. Alrighty, I'm gonna head inside, get warmed up, and yeah, we'll keep you up to date on what's going on the blizzard, day 2, the 30 and 30. Stick around. Welcome to the afternoon of day 2 of our April blizzard, which has now been canceled. National Weather Service has canceled our blizzard warning, and now begins cleanup. We're out here on the highway taking a look. I saw a couple snowplows go by, and they're opening up the road for emergency services travel only, but we get a good look at these snow drifts that we were out playing on earlier. Roads still remain closed, however, but that's okay. Hopefully we can get them completely plowed out by tomorrow, but if not, kids won't be going to school and we'll have another snow day. Jeff has been out plowing already, trying to move some snow around, making a mess. Lots of mud underneath all this stuff. Now it just becomes a matter of opening up the pathways that we need here on the ranch to be able to function. And the big one for Erin is actually getting into the high tunnels. We're gonna have to get over with the tractor and get this opened up for her, because as of right now, I don't think she can get through. So we're gonna get this dug out for Erin, but first we're gonna go back and take another look at the cows, see how they're doing and see what they're doing, because I imagine that now that the sun is shining a little bit off and on, they want to get out of that barn. But we don't want to let them out of that barn, or at least out of the lot. They can move around a little bit if they have to, but we do want to keep them where they're at. The snow is already melting. Temperatures are up in the 30s already. We've got definitely standing puddles of water as we head down here into the triangle pasture. Lots of mud to deal with. And it's still pretty windy. Winds are keeping up anywhere between 30 and 40 miles an hour. Got a few cows and calves hanging out over here. Getting out of the barn, stretching their legs. I don't see any cows any farther back. Hey Bambi, did you have fun? Hanging out with all the girls like a slumber party in the barn. Yeah. Maybe one more day and then we'll let you guys get out, okay? Yeah, we'll let you guys do that. These guys are still working on that bale in here, but I think we are probably going to get up here and feed them some more. If they're going to be out of the barn, I want to get them something. Amazingly enough, no calves born during the storm, which is a good thing. Everybody's safe. Of course, you know, we could still have a calf here within the next couple days that could get in trouble. There's a lot of snow out here. It's pretty wet, damp. We like our cows to have their calves in dry spots, and there's not a whole lot of dry spots on the ranch right now. So we're still going to be keeping a really close eye on calving, making sure everybody's okay when they're born. Bambi's still acting super suspicious. Keeps on wanting to get off by herself. Would not surprise me if she has her calf here in the next couple days. I think she did a really good job of holding on to it during the storm, but I think she can still have it anytime. As for us, I think we're gonna sneak back up to the shop, switch the gator out for a tractor, and start moving some snow. National Weather Service has announced that the city of Gillette received 11.5 inches. Farther south of town, there was more accumulation, so we could be closer to about 16. And there was a lot of drifting that happened, obviously, as you can see out there. I mean, there's areas that have no snow, and then a whole bunch of snow, which is the amazing thing about Wyoming and our spring storms. Everywhere else I lived that had snow, when it snowed, and it stayed there. Here, it snows and then blows to South Dakota. All right, we're heading into the shop here. We're gonna grab our tractor. And I'll get you a time-lapse video of moving some snow. we now got that open for Erin. She can now get down to the high tunnels through her own private little cave. All right, we got one more pathway to open up, and that's heading over towards the chickens and the goats. Hey Jeff, can I get in here and start opening up a path?
Yep.
So this is where I got stuck yesterday with the tractor. Hopefully nothing like that happens today. We're just gonna work our way through here slowly and easily. Man, I wish that would have been that easy yesterday. Holy smokes. Went through that like butter. We'll go through it a couple more times and I think that'll be it. I'm gonna actually take this snow and dump it down here by the pond for the ducks and geese. All right, with all of our paths cleared to where we need to get to animals, I can now hook back up to our Hustler feeder. I'm gonna get this bale out to those guys. So this bale, I'm going to take into the lot. We're going to feed it to the cows and their calves, but I'm going to feed it up a little bit higher in kind of a drier area, and that'll coax the cows out of the barn. But also, if somebody decides to have a calf, they'll have some place to do it that'll hopefully have a little bit of pack to it and dry pack, and make it a little bit easier. Bambi, I'm talking to you. So this is one reason that I really do like keeping the cows up in the lot during these times, is that the lot is actually sloped. It's at a 20-degree angle or something like that, which creates a watershed so that when there is melt, it's out of here really fast, which means that it stays dry or gets dry before pretty much any other part of the triangle pasture or the home area here. We're gonna head up to the high side of this field. This is only 3 acres. But as we get closer to the high side, you're gonna see it's actually dry. And it's right up here that we're going to go ahead and lay down this bale. These guys have eaten 6 bales over the last 48 hours. You would think they wouldn't be hungry, but they are. And I guess it's okay that they are hungry. They've been through a lot. And so have we.
My biggest concern was you and Jeff being out there checking cows. The ease of getting lost with snow blowing that hard and the wind blowing that hard. When we got stuck, we were, 30 feet away from the gate? We could have been 3 miles. I couldn't tell. You couldn't see it. I wasn't worried about the cows, surprisingly. They were in the shed, and cows and pigs, goats, whatever, livestock, for thousands of years they've been equipped to handle weather, whether it's hot or blazing cold. That's why you see them with the snow on their backs. Other than that, I wasn't too concerned.
So what was I most worried about during this storm? I really don't have a whole lot that I was worried about because it's just another storm. I lived in northeast Pennsylvania, so I've seen storms. Haven't seen wind like this though. I was a little worried about my travel trailer blowing off of its stands. It got a little scary. 73-mile-an-hour gust will really shake a trailer. But when we went out, we prepared for everything. We were ready. So there was not a whole lot to be concerned about, except for the health of the animals. If there happened to be calves born, how quickly can you respond? Can we get them into the shop, into the heater fast enough? That kind of thing just stays right in the back of my mind. Other than that, just another storm, a big one, albeit, but that's about it.
One of the things that had me worried during the storm was, of course, the high tunnels. Anytime that we have high winds, I worry about the high tunnels. When we're going to have 70-mile-an-hour winds and it's going to last for 24 or 36 hours, that's extremely stressful. The spring high tunnel is almost ready to harvest. We are just days away from our first CSA basket, and probably this next week we'll have our first harvest available for the farm store. So it would have been devastating to lose it. I did go pick some spinach for myself though, so at least if it fell apart and blew away, I could say I had some spinach.
And what a difference a few hours makes. For me, it was everything. I was worried about calves, I was worried about cows, worried about the high tunnels, worried about Jeff going out and checking cows, worried about Matt going outside. When we have big storms like this, you never know what it is that's going to get you. And there's always something that no matter how well you prepare, you're going to forget. So I'm glad we made it through it. I'm glad it's over with. And I'm just ready to move on. Get on to the next thing, which is going to be, working on our feed lot, the RV parking, Bangs vaccinating heifers, buying a bull this week. So much happening. And I'm really glad that you can come along with us. Explore the ranch life, escape the ordinary right here on the 30 and 30. Watch the snow melt. Tomorrow, I think, will probably be a little bit more of the recovery from the storm. We got most of our plowing done. Made ourselves a few big piles of snow. But there's going to be something that's going to have to be done. Cows will probably kick it into high gear, start having calves. At least I hope they will. And the ranch continues. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll see you next time right here on Our Wyoming Life.